So does this make them prohibitive favorites?
Not prohibitive, but I still believe they're favorites, Skip, because the top tier teams, you look at the Rams, you look at the Bucks, you look at the Cowboys, you look at the Packers, and you look at the Cardinals. All of them have sensational offenses. Now, all things being equal, if I said, Skip, if I'm going to give all these teams a choice, which do you think they prefer to be on the field? Have their defense on the field with a lead, or be down by 3 points with their offense to have the ball? I think they're going to take their offenses. I know the Cowboys say, give me Dak Prescott in this offense. Tom Terrific, who's been in this situation 1,000 times.
Yep.
And I think this is the case. Now, he's not the Von Miller that won Super Bowl MVP. He's not as twitchy. He's not as bendy. But if he can give you 70%.
He's not as durable.
Okay. Clearly. He missed last year, and he's already been missed a game this year.
Yep.
But if he can be 75% of what he was, alongside Aaron Donald, alongside Leonard Floyd on the line, with Jalen Ramsey on the back end, I think they become, I would say, a 55% favorite, where I would have maybe 50, and then you go to the other teams. But I believe they would be 50% favorite.
Yep.
He still can get to the quarterback. This is going to be the first time in his NFL career where he doesn't walk on the field and the game plan is directly directed at him.
Yep.
They still have Aaron Donald.
They do.
And he's been getting doubled more and more. Leonard Floyd has started to feast on that.
He has.
So now you got Floyd, you got AD, and you got Vaughn. If Vaughn can be just 70%, Skip, he doesn't, because first of all, it would be unfair. If Von Miller was the Von Miller of 2015 and he was joining Aaron Donald, Skip, it would be over. I would go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to be in SoFi, because I know what's going to happen. But I don't believe he's that same guy. But if he can just give you 70%, I think they'll be fine. Because the one thing Skip, they're going to be able to get a lead. And that's what these other teams pride themselves on. The Cowboys said, with that, we can get a lead, and we can turn Randy Gregory, we can turn our pass rushers loose. Tom says, look, we can get a lead, and we can let Sue and we can let Shaq Barrett and JPP, we can let them eat. Everybody has that same mentality. Get the lead, take the run element away from it, and now we're going to be able to pin our ears back. I like the move. Les Snead and Sean McVay, with the blessings of Stan Kroenke, who's the owner. Skip, they shove. It's like, look, Skip, this is my hand. I got 2 aces. I got $1 million, and I know somebody big stack. I'm going all in, Skip.
All in.
Because they got no first now. They got no second. They got a third compensatory, no fourth. They gave up.
So in the 2022 draft, they have 1 pick in the first 4 rounds.
And you know what? As a matter of fact, they're giving their scouts the rest of the year off.
Okay. I would not want to be a scout for them.
What about scouting for free agents? He got nobody that we're going to really be able to draft, Skip. But I like it. I like their Skip. This is not the first time that they've gone for it. They're going to go for it. If they get close, and they believe they are, they says they throwing caution to the wind. But it also tells me all this stuff, the cap, we can't go. Somehow, I understand that Stan Kroenke got a lot of money. But it's amazing how they find money when they want to, Skip. Now, the thing is, the Cowboys, the Broncos are playing, $9 million of the $10.5 million left.
I couldn't believe that. They're paying almost all of it.
Basically what they paid for, they bought a second-round pick. Because basically what they got for Von Miller was a third-round pick. They're paying $9 million, so basically you spent $9 million on a second-round pick.
That's a pretty good deal, I would say.
That's a pretty good deal. And they might be getting some ammo for, there's a guy that's in Tech, that Houston, that still, so.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the guy in Green Bay, maybe.
The guy in Green Bay might be available. The guy up in Seattle might be available.
Might be.
And the guy we know in Houston is available.
Okay, I'm going to first second your emotion about Les Snead, and if you want to throw in the coach and the owner and everybody else, I applaud. It is all-time, all-in. Never seen anything quite like it before, and it started with Jalen, obviously, because they just said, we're going to go get him, and we're like, damn the consequences. Whatever it costs, we're going to go get Jalen Ramsey because he's the best corner in football, and he's a dominator and a destroyer and a life changer. So you already had one in the middle of your line. Now you got one at corner. And now you got one who used to be in Vaughn. So the question I have about Vaughn is, every once in a while, we see one of these late career superstars have a rebirth, a late career rebirth, where they recapture their joy for football, where all of a sudden he's in a new environment, the scenery completely changes, it's a winning environment, and Denver is slowly but surely had become a losing environment. and all of a sudden you are completely revitalized. You're in LA, baby, and it's palm trees and it's eucalyptus smell, and all of a sudden you say, I feel so much fresher. I feel so much younger. I feel hotter.
It happened to a guy that used to play for you guys, DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah.
Remember what people like he was, he's not worth what Jerry's gonna pay him, and Jerry let him go, and DeMarcus Ware went to 2 or 3 Pro Bowls, helped the Broncos win a Super Bowl.
He did. Okay.
So maybe, and Vaughn he was a big DeMarcus Ware fan.
Okay, so I got all that. But I'm going to stand by what I said. I still believe the Bucs are going to win the NFC.
Okay.
Because I still say they have the best defense because they have the best defensive coordinator in Todd Bowles. He is all-time. I won't say he's the best in football because I'll still give Belichick a slight nod because he is the coordinator of that defense, and he is really good at the defensive side of the ball. And they are starting to percolate in New England on the defensive side.
Yes.
But what Todd Bowles did, bringing his defense to a boil late last year, it's all these same players, but they don't have Carlton Davis and they don't have Sean Murphy-Bunting. When they get their 2 corners back, I think they will start to take shape and take off again. And they got to get the 2 edge rushers flying again, but they kind of save themselves. They're older players, and they wait until the stretch run, and then here they come. So I'm not going to rule them out as having the best defense in the NFC and ultimately the best team.
That might be the case, Skip, but you know it's hard to maintain that level of dominance on the defensive side of the football.
Well, after you've won it all.
After you won it all. I mean,
I got it.
We've never seen anything. Only the Chicago Bears, 85, 86 was better than, if you could believe that, 86 was better than the 85 Bears, but the Bears won the Super Bowl that year, so they get all the credit.
Okay, and I'm not ruling my Cowboys out of this because of the one man you mentioned. Randy Gregory right now is slightly more valuable to me than what I've seen of Von Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
I'm not
Listen,
arguing that.
I told you before the year, Randy Gregory's going to have a breakout Pro Bowl season.
Right.
And all he has done over the last 5 weeks, 3 times, this is your favorite website, Pro Football Focus, but they pick an all-weekly, all-NFL team. This is the cream of the crop for the week. They grade all the tape and they say, you're the best at your position this week. 3 times in 5 weeks, Randy Gregory has made the first team, all-weekly team as an edge rusher.
Right.
Something's going on there.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Well, he's breaking out, man.
Right.
He's becoming a force. He's becoming almost unblockable off the edge.
Skip, why do you think Jerry Jones waited 2.5 years for this man to get his life together?
I got it.
When you wait that kind of time, you know what you have. They've seen this guy. They watch these guys in practice, and that's why it's hard for me to be critical of a team when they have information that I don't have.
Yeah.
When they like, why don't they just let him go? Because they've seen this man in practice. They've seen him give Tyron Smith fits in practice, who's one of the premier left tackles. You just don't walk away from that. We got nothing but time. We don't have to pay him, Skip.
Okay.
Let's let him get his life in order.
So the Cowboys took a 2nd-round flyer on Randy Gregory.
Who had issues in college.
He had issues in college. They took a 2nd-round flyer on Jalen Smith, who had only injury issues, not the drug issues.
Right.
And they said, we'll just see. And they got a Pro Bowl year out of Jalen Smith.
Right.
And then he just sort of hit the wall.
Right.
And I don't know, I'm going to knock on wood for him that he finds himself in Green Bay. I don't know that it'll happen.
Right.
But it took a long time for Randy Gregory to figure it out on and off the field.
Right.
But so I'm going to knock on wood for him.
He had to figure it out on the field. He had to get his life together off the field.
I'm saying. But it seems like he's got some plan where it's working, where he has a support system. And here he comes. So I'll take him slightly over Von Miller right now.
Yeah.
But I hear you because, look, the Rams are already 1st in sacks and number 1 in pressure percentage.
Right.
So they're already pretty great. And if you can get anything out of Vaughn, it's icing on that cake because all of a sudden, and to your point, he's going to get single blocked. It's just every time he's going to get single blocked. It's going to be a new life.
Exactly. And Skip, you got to realize Leonard Floyd is there because people in Chicago thought he was a bust. And look what he's done. Look what he's gone to a new place, and boom. He's been a premier edge rusher for the outside linebacker position. Okay. So maybe you're right. Maybe Vaughn has new life. He had a tumultuous offseason. He does have a new baby now. That seems to have brought him serenity.
I hope so.
I just hope he can get back to being the Von Miller. I don't know if he'll ever get back to 2015 because he was as good as we had at the edge rush position. Okay. But if he can be 70% of what he was with Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd, with that, and they don't have to hold up nearly as long.
All I know is what he did to Cam Newton in that Super Bowl, that was Lawrence Taylor stuff.
Oh, but he started off in the championship game against Tom.
Did. Well, he did.
he was
just couldn't block it.
Because he almost did the same play to Tom Brady, but Tom held on to
the
it.
Ball. Okay, I got it. All right, now I get to the bottom line of this discussion. I do trust Tom Brady at quarterback, albeit given the pick six that ended the game virtually the other day. But I still trust him at quarterback at age 44. I trust Dak Prescott at quarterback whenever he returns to play quarterback for my Cowboys.
Okay.
I'm still not completely sold on Matthew Stafford. So when we're dealing with these three teams and their defenses, you can go back and forth about who's got the edge. I'll give the Rams the edge at this moment. And my Cowboys are playing incredible situational defense.
They get off the field on third down.
Well, and what they're doing is they held Kirk Cousins to 1 of 13, so they miss an early field goal, and then they make them punt.
Right.
And then they throw an interception, Cooper Rush, and they make them punt.
Yes.
And then strip sack of Cooper Rush, and I think, the ceiling's going to fall in, and they make him punt. Situational, clutch defense, that's what my team's playing, but it's not in the same league with the Rams or the Bucs in overall talent.
Right.
But Micah Parsons is coming. He's coming so fast that to me, it's beyond defensive rookie of the year. I think he's entered the defensive player of the year.
You think so?
I do.
Okay.
Well, he had 11 tackles the other day. He's just dominating. Okay, so now we're down to the newest quarterback acquisition of the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
Like him personally a lot. Not sure about him because in Detroit. How many times did we see him fold when it was time? And you can't tell me he had nobody because he had Megatron.
He had Megatron, he did.
And I'm not sure. So far, so great because they're on a regular season roll and they're a very talented football team. And here we go. And when it's time to shine, will he make the throw to win the game? Because that's what it's going to come down to. Trust Dak, trust Brady. Not sure I trust Matt Stafford.
It's going to look, the rapport that he has and their receiving core. You go Cooper Kupp, you go Robert Woods, you go Van Jefferson.
I thought we were going Deshaun, and now he's on the outs.
Well, Van Jefferson has made Deshaun kind of look absolute.
He did.
Absolute. Because, Skip, if you look at it, their offense is really not big play, push the ball down the field. It's a lot of crossers. It's a lot of underneath things. And Deshaun has built his reputation on getting deep. He still can get vertical, Skip, but they don't run enough verticals to keep him happy. I think if he could get, maybe 20 snaps a game, but Skip, he's probably getting, 5, 8 snaps a game? And that's not enough for someone of his caliber saying, you saw what I did against Tampa. I got 3 catches, went for $120.
I know.
And I could have had over 200 if he doesn't underthrow me.
Well, last time I saw, Coach McYay was running up the tunnel to congratulate him after he went deep, right? Yeah. And that was the last I've seen of Deshaun, right?
So I just think the thing is, Skip, right now, Stafford, the MVP, I have no idea. I mean, obviously Brady is in the mix. Rodgers has bought himself back in the mix. Matthew Stafford is definitely in the mix.
He is, no doubt.
Definitely
so far,
in the mix.
so
And
great.
he's played unbelievable. The question is, at some point in time, Skip, no matter how good you are offensively or defensively, in the playoffs, it will come down. Can your offense or defense do what you believe it can do? When you need a first down, can your offense go get it?
Yep.
Or can he go get a score? And your defense, you mentioned, they're playing great situational football, getting teams off the field on third down.
Yep.
Can you, in a playoff game, when you need to get off the field, can you go do it? Because that's the true measure of greatness. Can you get done what you need to get done when you absolutely have to do it?
Got it. Here we go.
You believe the Cowboys can?
I do.
Okay.
Thanks to your man, Micah Parsons.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.